Hey everybody, Sam here. I got asked an interesting question the other day. The question was, Sam, what if you looked at your business as an avenue or a vehicle to carry out God's plan for your life? Another way to phrase that would be, maybe God is calling me specifically, maybe you listening to the video, to look at their business or wherever they work at as something that God has called them to. And if we realize that wherever we're at, especially when it comes to work or family or whatever it might be, is actually where God has us, which we all know that because that's where we're at. But maybe that's God's purpose for your life, meaning maybe God wants you to use your real estate business, your insurance business, working at a restaurant, working as a plumber, whatever it might be. Maybe God's calling you to use that as your ministry. I think sometimes as Christians, me included, I spend a lot of time in real estate. It's how I make my money, how I spend the vast majority of my time. And at the same time, it's easy to think, all right, Lord, when are you going to call me to my ministry? When are you going to call me to, work at this church or, do this, instead of realizing actually where I'm at right now is what God has for me. And he's calling me to use wherever I'm at, whether it's real estate or maybe it's just being a stay-at-home mom, whatever it might be. Maybe I'm called to use that as the ministry God has for me during this time. Maybe not forever, but during this time. So with that in mind, I'm going to be doing the next few videos on what it looks like to run a business, specifically from a real estate perspective, how to run a real estate business that not only honors the Lord in the way I run it, in the character I exemplify, but how do I actually take the real estate business and use it as a vehicle to proclaim the gospel, to proclaim Christ. And so, these next few videos, they might be a little bit longer, but I hope they're going to be challenging not only to me, but also to you, and helpful to understand what does it look like in whatever sphere you're in to honor the Lord, not only in your actions, but also your mentality, your focus, your whole mission behind what you do.